Let's go down there right now for our first Mariner interview of the year, and it's none other than reliever Troy Taylor. Good morning, Troy. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, there's a lot of pressure on this. Last year it was Brian Wu was our initial guest, and he went out and had a spectacular season. So obviously, there's going to be a lot of pressure on you here. Do you think you can handle all of that?
Yeah, I hope I do an okay job.
Well, let's start with the pressure you had last year, because you start off the year, in high A? You go to double A. You finish the year in the big leagues. I mean, this is like the obvious first question, but what was that journey like?
Yeah, it was fast moving. It was fun. Stressful at times, but no, I'm just really I was really appreciative of the opportunity. I just went everywhere I went. I just tried to do the best I could.
And what did it look like? I mean, what is the difference? You're in high A, then they call you up to double A, and how much better was that competition than what you had seen?
Yeah, it's it's the players are definitely a little better. Each level you get, but at the end of the day, it's the same game, so you gotta just take it one pitch at a time, and it's the same game no matter what level you're at.
I appreciate the ability to think that way, right, and to say that, but it's got to be harder in practice, especially when you get called up to the bigs. And from everything I've ever heard talking to players and coaches, managers, is that the difference between the AAA and the big leagues is bigger than the difference, and much bigger than the difference between low A and AAA. Did you find that was true, that it was just that much better competition?
Yeah. I'd say that's pretty accurate. It's especially the stuff around the game. When you get up to the big leagues, there's a third deck and there's 40,000 people, and you're wearing a big league uniform, so it's definitely different. But I think you just gotta have the right attitude of it's the same game, still 60 feet 6 inches away. They brought me up here because they trust me and they think that I can do a good job, so I have to believe in myself as well.
And I would imagine you start talking to some of the people around you. I don't know how well you knew any of your big league teammates when you got here. I mean, how many guys had you really been around and had relationships with?
Not many. I was, meeting a lot of people that first day. I played with Ryan Bliss in the fall league. So he was a familiar face, but other than that, I was meeting a lot of people, which was a really cool experience because, some of those guys I grew up watching. So, it was really fun.
Who reaches out? Who sits down with you? Who kind of takes you under their wing, or is just friendly to a new reliever coming up at that time of the year?
Yeah, the other guys in the bullpen were really helpful. Trent Thornton, Sauce, JT Chargois. A lot of those guys that are in the same position as me were extremely helpful. So I really appreciated them taking the time out of their day when I first got up there to answer all the dumb questions I had. Just to make me feel more comfortable.
Do you remember any of the dumb questions you had?
No, not really. It's the first few days were kind of a blur. But like where to sit on the plane and what bags I had to get and all that stuff that you need somebody to tell you what to do because you never been there before.
Right. You don't need help with how to throw your fastball, right? You're like, hey, look, I know how to do that. I know the plate's 60 feet 6 inches, but this isn't a crappy bus going across California. I need to know where to go in this incredible plane that I'm sitting on. That's got to be a pretty, not a trip, that's not the right word, but just almost a heady experience where your whole world is almost flipped upside down.
Yeah. That's the biggest difference that I realized was everything off the field with media and fans and plane rides and the schedule, like all that's different. But once you go in between the white lines, it's all the same. So
I'm just trying to understand your journey. We're talking to Troy Taylor, Mariners reliever. You grew up in Rancho Cucamonga, right? And then you go from there to Long Beach State. So you're a dirtbag initially.
Yeah.
You do know that I have the all-time record for Papa Shot at the Acapulco Inn, right?
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
I'm a dominant force there. I said it quite some time ago. Anyway, so you go from there to Cypress to Irvine. Yes. You get drafted by the Mariners twice. Then you make your quick move. Like, have you been in one spot longer than 2 years, like since you were in high school?
No, yeah, that was a good thing. Last year was the first year that I can remember where I went back somewhere where I didn't like have to, introduce myself and meet new people. So that was nice to see some, faces that I knew.
And is your stuff basically the same as it was then? I mean, I know you came up as sort of a fastball sweeper guy. Is that what
Yeah.
you've been all the way through, or has that changed over the years?
It's changed a little bit. I didn't start pitching full time until I was at Long Beach State. I was a infielder, and then I started pitching when I got there. So it was really raw, just kind of throwing fastballs down the middle and hoping for the best. And then I've kind of evolved my arsenal and my demeanor on the mound, as I've gotten older and as I've been pitching for longer.
Do you still kind of approach the world as an infielder, kind of thinking about the world from their perspective, or have you really become a pitcher?
No, I like to think that I still have infielder ways about me. Yeah, no, I think the biggest thing is that I realize how difficult playing defense is and hitting. So I have a great appreciation for those guys. I don't ever take them for granted because I've been there when I've made an error in the field and you feel like, the worst person in the world. But no, I definitely I definitely have not forgot how difficult that is.
You got any interest in hitting at the big league level?
No, I gave up that dream a long time ago.
Have you ever gotten into the traject machine or anything just to see kind of what that looks like?
I watched it the other day when I was here early, and it's I don't miss that too much.
Who were we talking to? Was it Andres Munoz? I think that they put into the traject machine to face himself just to see how good his stuff really was, to sort of help him feel more confident with it. Would you want to do that? Would you want to see what it's like to face you?
Yeah, I think that'd be really interesting. I've heard of guys doing that just to, like you said, just to build confidence and understand that they can just throw the ball, over the plate because they have really good stuff. I think that'd be really cool.
And they use like softer balls, right? So you don't have to worry about getting drilled or something like that, and much safer situation. Quickly here, because we know you got to go and you guys have stuff today. How is the lat? I know you got a strained lat. How is that? How is the progress returning from that?
Yeah, it's going good. It's going good. I got my first day of throwing today.
Oh, good.
Do some plyo work. It's going good. It feels good. I'm trying to get it fixed as quickly as possible.
And my partner's not here, but if Brock were here, I know the number one question, he would have asked it to you by now. He wouldn't have waited 10 minutes. He would ask you about getting engaged this off season. Give us the quick story. Who is she, and how did you do it? How did you propose?
Her name's Hannah. We've been together since high school. So six plus years. I did it on a beach. I had a lot of her friends help me set it up. We got a photographer and set everything up like that. And then I rented out a house to throw a party after with all of her friends and family and a couple of my friends. It was really fun. Everything worked out pretty well.
That's pretty awesome. Congratulations, man. That's a really cool story. And really, the whole story is great. Going all the way from high school ball to where you are now in 6 years and all the stops in between. We're looking forward to watching you this year, and enjoy spring training. We'll see you down there in a couple weeks.
Thank you. I appreciate it.